Hey, sorry for the late start, but here we go. We're gonna do our usual little march to just, to just get the ball rolling. Always do that. There we go. Who knows, maybe someday I'll have a crew. No, I don't want a crew. Grab yourself a band, one of these guys, throw it around the feet. Let's get to marching. Move you a little closer so you can see what the heck I am all up to. You can almost see me. Just march. Just that. Just like so. I think it's gonna rain. That is my prediction based on both the weather prediction and what I'm looking at. So it is leg day. We are going to play with different things you can do with that band. Not this band. The long band. So let me march over here while you guys are still marching away. So these guys, you should have multiple sizes. There's a billion ways you can use these for leg day. You can be standing on it, holding it in your hands, and then you'd be standing up and down like that. It's resisting you, right? You can also have it underfoot and over a shoulder. You can have it in this position, like a front squat, if you're familiar with the barbell front squat. There's ways you can get it like that too, but I find it always whips me, and when you get toward the top, it kind of can slide down, which is unpleasant. Just do a few more seconds of this, and then let me move up one more time to show you the footies. Go like so, step on it, and curl. So it's a little awkward. You should be feeling that hamstring, getting a good burn here. Try to keep it right around the ankle. Don't let it flip up too high. See it roll up my calf. Keep it down low toward the heel. Just do about 15 of these guys. But anywho, try to have your bands in the neighborhood. That was dumb of me. Wow, how did I?
Do I need some bands?
Yeah, go get your own. You can't borrow mine.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. You can totally use these.
Ooh, moving that body.
Moving that body. Starting the marching. You're not marching right.
I'm not marching
Get
right.
a band.
I was kicking. Oh, I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
A yellow or green?
Since I've got this one, take the green. See, the problem with that yellow is it's insanely heavy.
So heavy.
And these are not standardized. So like one company, they're not color coded, I mean, because they're all knockoffs of each other. So instead of the first company just settling on yellow meaning light, which makes sense. I mean, it should be the lighter the color. Blue should be heavy, black should be the heaviest, right? And then silver and gold is heavier than that because like they didn't plan on making heavier than black when they started. Look, guys, Alice is marching to the beat of her own drummer. She's going to do a few more of those bad boys, and then she's going to curl the band around her ankle and do a few leg curls.
I wish I was more beat of my own drummer type of person.
You are on some days.
So sometimes I like when my marches to turn my femur into my hip in my hip sockets differently. So I go from forward to crossed over to then out a little bit, especially on leg day. Open stuff. How do I do the other
Speaking
ones?
of leg day, so just curl the band around your ankle, stand on it with the other one, and now you're just going to do a leg curl. You got it. It's not perfect. Doesn't line up
So
great.
perfect. I love it. I love it.
Do you think when drummers tell that joke, they say, or use that line, they say, march to the beat of your own percussionist?
Do you think they say, march to the beat of my drum?
No.
Yeah.
No. I like mine better. Want to hear a drummer joke? How do you know there's a bad drummer at your door?
Oh.
His knock speeds up.
I do like hearing band members talk about their drummers, how much they like love them, but
Mhm.
then also how it like, because it's such accountability. Like the drummer's like, I'm not speeding up. We agreed that this was the tempo. Like, you know, even if the other member's like, yeah, but we're feeling it. They're like, nope, we agreed.
Right.
You stick with me. And it could be a battle on the stage.
I'm gonna do one more squat. How far along are you in those things?
I'm in my left leg doing it.
Once you
Just
feel
doing it
like,
till it burned.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she's gonna keep doing that. You guys hopefully have moved the band around your knees and did a few warm-up squats. I'm gonna move to the floor to do 90-90s. All right, we all remember these bad boys, right? 90 degrees, 90 degrees. Make sure it's not too close. So my foot is too far in there. So I scooch it forward till I'm at 90 and 90. And you don't want the knee and the other foot too close. So I don't want to be there. I want to really work this leg back. Now, you cannot hold this position. You are permitted to use your hands. Rear leg lifts, comes up and around, leaves space between the feet. I would put that band around lower than the knees so that it doesn't do that. Where was I? So like so, and then you switch. Back leg first, the heels meet in the middle, although they don't touch. You want to keep space between them. Who's that, a fire truck? Now it's gonna get hot in here. We had a fire in our building once. It was a grease fire in the kitchen of the restaurant on the ground floor. It was at like
5 a.m.
Yeah, 5 a.m. We start hearing our neighbor banging on the door, and I'm just all and then the buzzer, and they were hitting the buzzer, and I'm all grouchy, like, it's one of those damn Airbnbs again, using their buzzer to let themselves in because they were too drunk and they lost their key. It's not my fault. You don't know how to party in New York. And Alice is like, do you smell that? And I'm like, yeah, it smells like smoke. What the fuck? And then of course we hear the neighbor out in the hallway screaming, it's a fire.
Yeah. Fire, everyone out. They were so sweet.
Yeah.
One of them was buzzing all the apartments, and the other one was in the hallway knocking on the doors and waking and getting everyone out.
They were thinking.
We only have a few tenants. We have a 6-unit building, but only 5 of the units are with people who live here.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Next up, right leg is extended outward, straight line, block knee, sit back on your heel, rise up. At the top, squeeze your glutes and tuck, and then stick your butt back at the bottom. Squeeze and tuck, stick your butt back. Should feel a little stretch in the hamstring. If you have to, you can tuck the toe under like that if that bugs your toes, but this sometimes makes people cramp. And I like this because it does force the toes to finally get a little bit of a stretch. And yeah, you're trying to feel a little bit of an inner thigh stretch here. Squeeze the butt at the top. I'm going to do 2 more.
Good. Forest monks practice their meditation with their toes touched. So they sit for hours like this, for hours. And a few times I've tried to do it in my meditation.
Yeah.
About 2 minutes in, I'm like, why would you choose to suffer? And then I have like this whole mental discussion in my head. I'm like, just sit and be silent. It's okay. It will pass. Why are you allowing yourself to suffer and cause yourself pain? And then, yeah, we'll see. It's like it's a very interesting thing. And it's like, you're supposed to be meditating. Focus on your breath. It's the whole thing. Anywhoosie, what's it?
I'm going to do 2 more. Fine. All right. Reverse lunge. Right foot in front, left leg back. Just like that. Option B. Actually, do that without any band. I'm going to show you what we're working up toward. The band will be underfoot. And then you can either put it however you want on your upper body. That's weird. You can kind of hold it like this. Whatever you find comfy. It just has to be high. All right. I see I'm decapitated. I'm just going to adjust that. Hey, it's Blaze 420. LOL. Roll on floor laughing. What's up, Doug?
Is that that's his username?
Yeah.
That's
It's brilliant.
I guess it's not your username.
Wait,
it's
did
your
I?
handle.
Handle, yeah. Okay, so got the band underfoot. I forgot, and I'm gonna do this or this, whatever's cozy, and now a reverse lunge. Boy, I went over there to fix the thing. I'm still decapitated. Oh well.
You want to jump on that?
No, not really. Can you just tilt the screen upward a little bit? I mean, it doesn't really matter. There we go. So you see yeah. Maybe it does need to be higher. I didn't do much thinking, I guess. So I'm just reverse lunging. I'm standing on the band with my right foot. My left foot goes back. I keep my knee in line with my toe. As you descend, push your head forward and your butt back. So straight here, lean forward here. Straight, lean forward. I'm gonna do 2 more.
Great. I'm going to turn off our heater.
There you go. And I hate to tell you, but
We're going in the other room.
no, I'm opening this one.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a volume thing.
Yeah, no, I know. If there's another fire truck, that's gonna be a bummer. But it's hot in here.
It's
All
getting
right.
hot in here.
She's gonna do a reverse lunge now. You have, you wanna get that band on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There we go.
Okay,
So your left foot goes back. That's right.
No, that's lift.
Huh? Like, and I fell for it.
You did fall for it. Ha ha ha.
All right, how you doing over here?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm well.
You're hot.
I like to fluctuate. I like to go from terribly hot to freezing. So this is basically what we're up to. We're still warming up.
I'll give you this if you want it.
Thank you. So now this goes under my left foot, and I put the band up on me however I want. And reverse lunge. So a regular reverse lunge, you just land on the ball of the foot. Maybe the knee taps if it's a soft surface underneath you, but you don't got to do that. And if you do tap, don't hit hard. Don't go damaging your patella.
Hey, man.
The dinosaur.
It's another day, another hairstyle for you.
Yeah, it's very.
Every day, it's like Sean puts on a new wig during this quarantine.
Yeah.
He's had 3 hairstyles since I've known him. Like real. Like occasionally he did a quick mohawk or something, but for real, he's had 3 hairstyles. And in the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks, he has had 15 new hairstyles.
Easily.
Every day it is.
Part of it is we don't know what's really going to happen when we leave the bathroom. It's like a Bob Ross in a way. Like he just kind of gets started. Maybe he has a rough idea. Yeah.
Happy curls.
Happy curls. I'm gonna do 1 more of these.
Great.
Your turn. So, if you have funky knees, you might not love lunges. Do the best you can. If it's just a smaller range of motion, that is okay. So Alice has good sturdy knees, so she can get all the way down there nice and cozy. There you go.
It's interesting. Sturdy is like such a compliment for certain things, and so not a compliment for other things. You just say like Alice is sturdy.
Yeah.
That's like
I remember Amy Schumer.
them's fighting words.
Yeah.
Versus that's a sturdy tree house. You're like, that sounds great. Can we sleep in it overnight? Just gonna point that out.
Yeah, a ship, if it's sturdy, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Amy Schumer had that bit about, no, I know my type. I'm the kind of girl a guy would call sturdy. if she was a cheerleader, I know, I'd be at the bottom of the pyramid.
That's funny.
She got a bad rap for joke theft. I didn't think she was all that egregiously doing it. There was like a few little, oh yeah, okay, that's a little. But when you're cranking out stuff like that, it's bound to happen. She's no Mencia.
I'm a huge fan.
She's no. He's that guy on Twitter. It's weird saying his name, but he goes by the Fat Jewish.
Yeah.
He's horrible. He's not funny. He's only a copy paster. Yeah. Where were we? Okay.
I don't follow him.
Right now we're good and warm.
Great.
You didn't follow that whole thing?
No.
It's the Fuck Jerry guy
Yeah, I
too.
do that.
It's in that same vein. All I do is copy paste. Okay. So we're just gonna jump up a notch. Okay. So I'm going to the purple. Maybe you want to go to the black.
Yeah.
Right leg. So now that it's heavier, it's probably easier to get down on a knee, put the band on, and then do your reverse lunges. Yeah, we can do these together. You're right. So you could do it Alice's way, which was silly. Or you could climb on down, get it into position, make sure it's not snagged on anything, don't catch a hoop earring or something like that, and now away I go.
Mine was silly yet efficient.
Well, it's also still on the light side. We're going to go as heavy as possible. Yeah, a dig. We got that one in there. Little backhanded compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I was still using the light band so that I could just put it on that way. Now, there's another fun way you can make these even harder. You could turn it into a king deadlift, which is not going to be clear without a little floor. So, you've been following a little while. You might have seen us do king deadlifts. That's where we go to the knee. The knee. And then stand. Now, if that is too tough, maybe just do the knee and then push off with the foot. So it's very similar to a reverse lunge. That's a reverse lunge. Here's a king deadlift, right? It's just deeper and it's much more only the front leg, only that right leg. If that is fun, but maybe the depth is just a little much for you, consider a surface. So I'm gonna go to this yoga block, right? Makes sense? Tap the knee, arise. Tap the knee, arise. But again, you don't have to be doing this. You could just be sticking with the reverse lunge. Both are acceptable. The block can work if you're doing reverse lunges too. Something where you know it's a consistent depth, the same range of motion every rep. And you might also learn like, oh, any deeper and it hurts me. Well, maybe find the place that still feels okay. That's a good thing about a yoga block or something. You got those 3 different heights. It's a little weird here because it might tip over, but you get the idea. Now I know right where to stop. Any deeper, it might bug me. Switching. Oh, it's tiring. Exercising. Did you do 1 leg or 2?
1.
We will now do the second one.
Fantastic.
So we're still working our way up. This is actually very similar to what you do in the gym. Like, you do your warm-up reps. You do a set with a little bit heavier. And then maybe your work sets is what you're normally working at, your very heavy sets. So we started with just body weight, we moved to lighter bands, and then I'm planning to try the green one. Alice, I think, can do the green one too. We'll see what kind of mood she's in. She looks happy. Now I'm gonna try a few kings.
I did have an extra dose of caffeine today.
Tea?
Kombucha.
Some
yes,
booch.
a type of tea.
Ugh. Is the hard kombucha that they sell now, is it caffeinated? I mean, is it black tea?
It's still, it's caffeinated plus it's extra fermentation. One time I had cocktails made, like that was the mixer. So it was like, I don't even know if it was rum or vodka, but they would like make you a cocktail and then you get the leftover, like which is like a half a bottle of the hard kombucha, which is like more alcohol or equal to a beer.
Yeah.
So it was like mixing a beer with a thing. Had a few of those. It was a night.
Uh-huh.
There were some questionable choices made.
Sure.
There was food eaten that I didn't remember that it was eaten for sure.
Yeah, that's a nice.
This wasn't long ago. Love you.
What was it Red Bull vodka level of caffeine?
I've never had that, so I don't know.
I only like once, and it's awful because like you know the normal feeling of drinking too much and you're lying in bed and it's just just bedtime and you fall asleep. Picture that, which is wide awake.
And
Not
then,
pleasant.
yeah, I don't think I had that. All right, you're doing
uh,
green. You're doing another round.
So yeah, now we're into the meat of the workout. Same movement. We're just sticking with these split leg, whichever variation you're going with. It's either a reverse lunge, king deadlift. Oh, she's gonna try that.
I
Okay.
mean, for timing purposes.
She's doubling up basically. Cool. Why
I
not?
figure a black and a purple equal a green. Maybe.
There is a chart,
Just for timing purposes.
but I don't know how to read charts. All right. So, got my green. Away I go. And we are just going to failure.
Grab the yoga block. Sorry,
You
Tim.
can use that one.
In case you wanted it, I don't
I
want
might.
I don't want to take it from you.
Ugh. Now, you might not be using bands at all. If a regular reverse lunge is plenty of work for you, by all means, stick with that. That might just look like this. You might just go a quarter of the way down. That is A-okay. Just go till you get a good burn. You feel the butt and or the quad fatiguing. I'm all over the map today.
Using the block is really nice.
Wow.
It's a good pre-block. I was like, oh, that would not even be possible for me. And then with the block, I'm like, oh, I'm not that far from the ground. You know, yeah, I'm touching and using the block, but like with it, without it, I just thought it was so high away from the ground. It's a nice perspective.
I get you. You're doing very well, actually.
Oh my
They don't
gosh.
know that because you're off camera, but why don't when we switch, we can switch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
This
one
is
more.
your gig. This is your gig, buddy. Oh,
Don't care. Funny hair, don't care. Get over there. Everything done great. Everything else is taken.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right. So Bandaroo. However you want to do it. I like to go opposite shoulder. So it was right to go left. Now I'm gonna go. Wait. What? Ooh, what? I don't
Whatever
know.
foot the band is under,
Yeah.
it's over the opposite shoulder.
Sometimes. I don't know what I just did.
You did the other way.
I did. I think I'm gonna do that. Just because I did it the other way previously.
Perfect.
Okay. Actually, no, that feels weird. There you go.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
So, after this, we're gonna run into the other room. You don't have to join us. You can stick with this setup. But our plan is to put the bands in the door, and I'm gonna show you a way to do an assisted squat using these guys. 2 bands is actually preferable. So I'm gonna use, if they're matching, you can use 1 and then have another band slung around it so that you have 2 handles. I'll show you what I mean by that. How you doing, Al?
I'm good.
Try not to camp out at the top, so just tap that foot and begin the next rep. If you don't have to tap the foot, like Alice is not needing to, right there, that's great.
I'm gonna do
You
2
might-
more.
Deal. You might also do a type of drop set where you start doing king deadlifts and then it turns into split leg squatting. I'm sorry, lunging. All right, great. Let's take a walk. Let's bring everything we own. Can you be on cam patrol? There you go. Uh-oh, did that again. I know, it's weird.
It's making noise.
Yeah. Whenever I smash this thing, it does that. So it's probably a good sign I shouldn't smash it. All right. Oh, it's much cooler in here.
Where are we going to be?
Has this been facing that way the whole time?
Nope.
Hi, guys.
Is
Boy,
it
my hair's a mess. All right, let me get that back in there.
great?
Clunk.
We're gonna put you here.
Sorry, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Cancel. So, take your door anchor, hang your band in your door. You don't have to do this. You can stick with the way you've been doing things, but this is a cool thing to learn because it lets you experiment with, like, let's say you do want to get good at pistol squats or king deadlifts, or let's say you have bad knees, but you want to work on your squat depth. This is a way to, instead of the band overloading, it's now assisting. That was actually their original intention. They were the pull-up assist band. So,
The navy blue and the orange one.
and I'm going to show folks how they can. Yeah, sorry. Give me two of those bad boys that match. The purple and blue. So these are different companies, but it's the same thickness. So I'm going to put them both in there. Now, you could just use one band. I just find two is comfy for this. Another option would be, like, if you didn't want it to be so high, you could double the things up so they're shorter, like that can also work. That's actually probably how I should have this, but just for my first demo, I'm going to do it like this. So, observe. Alice, I'm going to be squatting.
Mm-hmm.
So these guys now assist me.
Great.
So I can sit all the way down, basically no help from the left leg. If you can tilt that thing so you can even see, like, I'm basically just tucking it. So that's like a little tuck single leg squat. You can also do a pistol. That's where you put it out in front.
Ooh.
Yes. And the band helps me out. Now I'm going to add a little hop at the top. So, I feel like doing pistols today, so that's how I'm going to continue. And the nice thing about two bands is you can really, like, change how much tension you need. So I'm, like, assisting myself a little more as I start to fatigue. If I'm closer to the thing, oh my God, that's hard. If I'm closer to the door, it's a little less help, so it's harder. I'm going to do a few more here. I'm going to turn it into this for the last few. This is a little easier, that little tuck I did instead of the pistol. Okay, that's it. And Alice is going to go really quick. Before she goes, I'm going to get good and lightheaded. And here's another way you could have this if that's too weird. Just set it up this way. Maybe even a lighter band to get a different thing, this distance. So now I've looped it that way around the center of the band. That's going to give me a lot more help right out of the gate. So if you experimented with the first one and it was, like, way too little, you could do this. This band is probably a little too heavy for that. So if you have an array, I would go with the one that's lighter than this, but not super light. Oh man, that gets me out of breath. Alice, it will now be your turn. I'm going to return the bands to how they were.
Fantastic.
And that's why I like having the clip, the little carabiner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and she's going to do, see, I've got my hands through and then we grip. But yeah, the little carabiner makes things so much easier. Come on, flip around. I hear the camera.
How's that? All right. Right leg's working.
Yes.
Get the,
Great.
move that one. When I go down, how
Yeah.
far should my torso be?
You can play around with that.
Do I want to keep it kind of
You-
my nose over my foot?
So it's different because of the band. That's a good question. Right, like you feel when you get to about there because of the band. You can get more vertical with your torso. Like if anybody's ever done a wall sit, they note that it's just not the right spot for this thing. Because I want to see the floor, but I also want to see full height. That's good if there's not a chair leg. Yeah, very good. Like if you do a wall sit, that's where your back is on the wall. And because of that, your torso can be straight up and down. Yeah, nice. There you go. Yeah, you can just play around with that. That little tuck. There's a squat called a shrimp squat. That's where you hold your back foot. It's like a king deadlift, but it's a little bit harder. I don't love them because I think it forces people into too much anterior tilt, but it's a cool trick. That's very good, Al. Assisted single leg squatting.
All right.
Cool. My turn.
Great.
Can you? That video is having a hard time. Maybe that's just router not reaching out here very well. Can you maybe move into that room just so the internet gets to us better? It looks like it reconnected.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
All right. Oh! Oh, the jumps. I forgot.
Oh, I totally forgot them.
How convenient.
Yeah.
Ooh. My knee's yelling at me. I'm going to turn this into that. So getting back to kind of what I discussed yesterday. If things are hurting. This is an example. My knee was like yelling at me a little bit. So I modified the movement a little bit so my knee is not pushing as forward. You never know what's gonna help. Sometimes the more forward knee is actually more comfortable, but in this case it feels a little better staying more upright. And I've eliminated the little hop. Is it the end of the world if you do a little less work on one side? No. So I'm not, because I've removed the little jump. That was also kind of bugging it. Maybe to make up for that, I'm in a pain-free or just less pained modification. I'll just do a few more reps to slightly make up for, in volume, what I missed in explosiveness and intensity. And not volume, it would be duration. Ooh, time under tension. Oh, okay, Al's turn.
How do you spell that?
Time under tension.
No,
Agaba. It's actually Arabic, and I need Arabic characters. I can't spell it with the English alphabet. There she goes. Oh,
sorry. I was really confident there. Okay. All right.
All right, here she goes. Band assisted pistols.
I'm deciding not to hop.
Yeah, you didn't hop on the other leg, so it makes sense. Keep it even Steven. A nice little swoopy version. Right? Very good. Yeah, mix and match. So the main thing is beating up the quad, beating up the hip, working that glute. Good. And just groove a squat pattern. Nice. So good.
Bummed on this side. I can't do the sideways on that side. I could. Yeah. Whatever it is, that femur bone. Look, my hips wants to. Oh, something's there. Something's there.
The shape of your hip joint. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh, when I would have been performing, that would have.
I would have bugged you.
Oh my God, I would have gone to 18 PT sessions. Which would have been needed because it was my profession.
At least it's a write-off.
It was. Ooh, smarts.
Yeah, good job.
Whew.
Bunches of reps.
Ooh, that left hammy. 2 more. Ooh. Ah,
Cool.
ah,
All right.
ah.
Option 1, if you're following along at home, you can keep going single leg if you want. Option 2, you can do an assisted sissy squat. Borderline Hindu squat. So, I know I just said my knees were bugging me, and now I'm going to do this nonsense. But you get the idea? I'm leaning back a bit, I'm going up on my heels, and I'm driving my knees forward. Now, do not do that if you feel pain. This is like, it's weird because my knee was bugging me on a more regular squat, but it feels fine doing this. Who knows? Some theories about that are sometimes maybe super stiffness around a joint helps. So even though my knee is bending much more, maybe it feels a little better because just more muscles are getting in on the action. You know, you recruit more stuff at different ranges, at different joint angles, different stuff kicks in. You know, the quads are the main, you know, your prime movers, but there's synergists, stabilizers are kicking in at different points. So you get what I'm doing here. It's up to you how much you want to rock. Like you can really go to town doing like the limbo, like that. That's much more quaddy. I'm kind of modifying it. I'm making it a little more now, just a conventional squat, but I am letting my knees go forward. Whew. And I'm just gonna do a high rep set. Not camping out at the top. Like the minute my knees are almost straight, I begin the next rep. Okay, I'm taking a moment. I'm gonna do a few more. This is similar to our last leg day. We did that high rep set where the bands were also behind the knees. So as you stand up, you're having to push them to straighten the knee out. I've removed that this time to just focus on a lot of high rep body weight squatting. And yeah, you might only be doing that, which is fine. Full range is not required.
When you train your twerk dance crew, do y'all start with this?
Yeah. Now first we make it clap. Because if they don't got that, they don't got nothing.
So that's
I throw them out of my studio.
That's absolutely true.
I say, if you won't clap for me, I'm not clapping for you.
Cool.
Yeah. What is she doing? Other way, into out. There you go.
Get me on it.
That's all right. That's good.
I earned it. I earned
good timing.
that silliness.
Hoisted by her own petard. Okay.
So you're just letting your heels
Yeah.
come up?
Now that's a little extra. You don't have to do that much. Just like let them do what they want, basically. So
Got it.
as you drop and let the knees start to drift forward,
Okay.
that's when they start to come up. Yeah, you can do a little more. Yeah,
Where's my torso?
Like-
should be?
up to you. You can do more upright, or you can lean back more. Yep, you can do that. Yeah, feel it out. You know,
Okay.
people sometimes, you know, in the gym, sometimes you'll hear trainers and coaches screaming at letting the heels up. And then that weekend they go to a baseball game. What's the catcher do the whole game? He sits like this, his heels up, and his knees way over his toes, and he's fine-ish. You know, their brains get scrambled from all those hits to the head. But fewer now because you're not allowed to crash into the catcher when you're sliding into home. Well, no, he's not allowed to block the plate. What is it? He can't block the plate. If he does, you're automatically safe.
Oh, so a league of their own.
Oh yeah, the good old days, as those armchair tough guys like to say.